Making out too hard with Farron?
No, he's not been home. No.
But yeah, so we're back.
We're back.
We're drinking. We're eating. We're doing ramble-sodes tonight for the most part. The next one's going to be really, really cool. We're going to do some Métis ghost stories.
Yeah.
And in honor of Louis Riel Day coming up. And cool ghost stories about settler time in the Red River.
Settler times, way back when.
Settler. Way back when.
Way back when.
Way back. So now, this is Jas.
And Sher.
And Giving Up the Ghost Podcast. Yay! Woo! Over 2,000, actually 210, 2,000, I don't know what, on Facebook. Hi, guys.
Woo!
Woo! Love you all.
Love you all. Mwah, mwah.
We're just doing ramble-sodes. The next one we're going to talk about is shadow people or
Creepy.
Or shadow man or top hat man.
Yeah.
It goes by a bunch of different names. We
How
have...
come there's never a shadow woman?
I know, right?
Hey? It's not like there's some... The woman is always like a bride that's been wronged.
No, because we know better. How about that?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So I could tell you some of my theories of what I think shadow people are to a certain extent, because I got all this woohoo kind of woo stuff. But funny about shadow people, earlier tonight I was at a 60th birthday party in Selkirk, and I told Sher the story earlier, but reconnected with a girl I used to hang out many years ago, see her sporadically and whatever, and you never know how people react when you say, I got a podcast, we talk about ghosts.
Some people look at you like you're mental.
Like I got a hole in the middle of my head or something, right?
Woo.
Yeah, or three noses or something. But anyway, long and short of it, she was pretty cool about it, actually, because she said, I said we couldn't stay very long. We had this, we had that, and I'm going to go to my friend's place, my partner. We're going to crank out some ghost stories. And she goes, oh, cool. And I said, yeah. And then she says, I've got a story. They all have a story. I love that.
Yeah. Everybody has a story.
I cannot tell you how often, I got to write this shit down. Like, there's probably about 20 stories I've been told over the last year and I've forgotten because people just randomly tell me.
I know. And then you're like, what are you going to do? Can I record you right now?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, they're like, nah.
Yeah, I don't have that kind of energy anymore. No. But yeah, talked to this girl and she said, and I said, and she had a look of fear on her face not fear, but just apprehension.
It was there, yeah.
It still bothered her to this day. She says something it happened when she was a child. And I said, oh, okay, and I said, well, if you don't want to tell me, that's fine sometime, whatever. And then we're talking a little bit more and then she starts to tell me, right? And she says when she was a child in her childhood home, she would be the one that her job was to go down to the cold cellar in the basement. And I think the house I knew that she came, her parents' house was off Inkster somewhere, unless it was a different house before that when she was a kid, could be. And I didn't ask her that, and which is funny. Usually I ask, how old is the house?
Yeah, where was it? Yeah.
Where was the house? Like I'm some kind of like detective from Barney Miller or something. So anyway, she says her job was to go down to the cold cellar and get the vegetables all the time, right? And she would do this. She was like 5 or 7, so she was quite young.
Yeah.
And she said she always felt something was down there and watching her. Nowhere else in the basement but the cold cellar. And she could see it. And it was like a shadow figure, a shadow person, and would stand there and it would watch her.
I'd be like, I ain't getting no
And
veggies.
she was terrified and she would try not to make eye contact, but sometimes it was impossible. And she didn't want to stare it right down. She would just grab what she needs and take off. And on a couple occasions, it would actually follow her through the basement, and she knew it was behind her, and she ran up the stairs. And yeah, we all run up the stairs.
Yeah.
Like I've done it. I've been known to do it too on
You're all good and all
weaker moment.
Like,
yeah,
you get a creepy,
a creepy, right?
Yep.
But this is just like a little kid, and and she knew something was there, and it was watching her, and it would always follow her through the basement right up until she got to the stairs, And she was so terrified. And then finally one day she just finally told her parents, because that was my next question. I'm like, your sister never saw it? And apparently her grandmother even lived downstairs too.
No shit.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not saying it was like a
I'm not saying that grandma was in on it, but grandma, no, I'm just...
No. But what I'm saying is it's not uninhabited.
Exactly, yeah. No,
like a basement.
Yeah.
No, it was a living basement.
Yeah.
So anyway, but yeah, I said, did your sister ever see it? Did your parents? She goes, no, they never did. And then one day she just finally cracked, and she was visibly, she said she was just so emotional about it. She finally had to tell them.
Blurted it out.
Why she was, I guess because she probably came back from the basement terrified all the time, right?
Oh, probably. Or didn't want to go anymore.
Yeah. And then no sooner she tells them about it, it stopped.
Yeah, that's because she's tattled on it.
She tattled, right?
Yeah.
So shadow people, like, what do you guys think? Like, do you believe in them? Have you ever seen? We want to know. Let us know.
Yeah.
You know, we'll throw the question up on one day. I'll find a good pic. We'll throw it up and see what people say.
Yeah. We've heard a lot of people talk about shadow people.
Yeah.
Probably more so than any other kind of thing, really. Eh?
I think so. Yeah. Whether it's Six Pines Haunted Attractions, James and Judy, they definitely have something out there.
Yeah. No, I know. Yeah. But I mean, even random people, like even when we were at the aviation museum there,
yes,
that one person talked about that was their like. I mean,
totally.
Everyone has some creepy ass.
And then my friend Tommy, who lives in BC, he had the top hat man,
top hat dude,
shadow man.
Yep.
So it is quite a common thing.
I wonder why.
I don't know. And now we're sitting down and drinking. What I think. That's ironic. Furnace goes on. That shit always happens to me. Dun dun dun. What I think, to a certain degree, some shadow spirits or figures are. I think there's a difference. I think a shadow spirit is something that's been attached to something for so long. It still has energy, but it doesn't have enough energy to manifest into a residual haunting or figure. I think it's still stagnant energy, and it doesn't even know what it is at this point. I think it's just attached, and it ages like to an extent, like it's burning, like a burnt out light bulb. Yep. That's, I think, what a shadow spirit is. What a shadow figure is, I believe,
is a dark thing. Dark energy.
Boing.
Punch people in the head.
That was the microphone. Sorry about that. What I think a spirit figure is, not as much, it can be, I think, okay, now it's going to get really weird here. When people do astral projection, okay? And when they astral project, they can actually put themselves in places familiar or not familiar with them. But at the same time, it's like they're physically there, but they're not. And I think if somebody...
So then do you believe these people are alive somewhere else?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So I believe that people who are capable of seeing spirits and ghosts and shadow people and shadow figures, those are the only ones that are going to accidentally catch them, right?
Right.
And when they catch them, I think at that point... the connection is broken. So I think as soon as somebody actually acknowledges and can actually
see it and
knows,
say it,
that person gets then back to where they came from. You know, if they know how to do it properly, of course. But I think for me, I did actually listen to a podcast years ago, and I think I've talked about it on the podcast here before, where that's exactly what happened. Somebody did astral projection to check on a loved one, but they were in the wrong location. And they thought they were in the right location, but they hadn't talked with this relative for like a month or two or something.
Okay.
And then when they went to what they thought was the location, not physically being there, but just knowing the address, and they can do that.
Right.
When they got there, they could describe the curtains and stuff, but then when they saw the person, it wasn't their relative.
It wasn't them, yeah.
And that person was actually cognizant of them being there and did a like, what was that? And then they kind of...
that was it. Poof,
and
it was
they
gone.
kind of... Yeah, and then they kind of projected back to the body.
Well, they did do studies on that in the States, right? In the Army time.
Totally.
They had a big fucking program all set up for
the Gateway
people.
Project. Yeah, I've tried that, actually.
That's fucking weird.
That is fucking weird.
I know.
Yeah. And then when that person called, that relative said, oh yeah, I moved 2 months ago. So they were in the right place because they described the curtains, you see.
Interesting, eh?
So I think they appeared as like an empty figure, like a black figure.
Why? Yeah.
Like the energy.
I know, but if I'm just thinking, if those people are alive, why would people that don't really know about that see them? Do you know what I mean? Like,
I think if it's somebody that
you think that people are just randomly wandering. Say I'm trying astral projection, and I'm just randomly wandering around in the wrong spot. Do you know what I mean? Like the whole attachment thing. I think.
Yeah, I think that's a real thing for sure.
Yeah,
and that's the dark energy that you're talking about. I believe that.
Yeah, like
because they're looking for an out. It's almost like they're attaching to something because they're drawn to that energy.
And they're stuck there.
Yeah, and they want
repetitively doing the same shit probably over and over again forever, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
I don't like that. I don't like either of them. Thank you very much.
And look at that. I've got pages that I've researched, and we have some stories too. So, so again, going back to what are shadow people? Shadow people are also known as dark shadows or shadow entities. and they're often described as dark, shadowy figures that appear in the peripheral vision of individuals. But we've heard others say that they've gone
full on see it. Yeah.
Remember the dude, the HVAC dude, right?
No.
That was not good.
Yeah.
No. That was it was called Nightmare Fuel. It was our 2021-22 Halloween episode. Fuck, that scared the shit out of me. And I don't get jarred very easy, and that was freaky.
Yeah.
That was freaky.
Yeah, I know.
Austin was his name.
Oh,
yes.
good Lord, you have a good memory.
Sometimes.
I barely remember what I did yesterday, for Christ's sakes.
So, and they are frequently reported as being humanoid in shape, sometimes wearing a hat.
Yeah, what's with the hat thing, too?
I don't know.
Why is it a top hat, too?
Top hat man, yeah.
It's never like ball cap, dude.
Ball cap, dude, because that's boring.
Yeah, I know, but you know what I mean, though? How come?
I don't know.
What are the ghosts going to modernize? Like, when are they going to get with the times?
They need a Sears catalog.
Why
Oh, wait a
be
second.
Dreadlock
Never mind.
Dude or something?
Dreadlock dude.
Like,
I like that.
Really, yeah.
Oh no, but then that would look like the guy from Predator.
It would, yeah.
Ooh,
That would
that's
be
not
creepy.
good.
Yeah,
I
wouldn't like that either.
No.
No.
These figures are usually seen in fleeting moments and can disappear as quickly as they appear. So again, characteristics and descriptions: humanoid shape. Shadow people are often described as having a vaguely human figure, though without discernible facial features or details.
Yeah.
Dark and opaque, they are characterized by their darkness and opacity. The booze is kicking in. Appearing as silhouettes. Movement. Many people suggest that shadow people move quickly and can appear to glide or float.
Yeah. I don't recall anyone ever saying they're stomping around ever, right?
No. Last night I reposted some videos on TikTok of shadow people being caught in mirrors.
Oh, cool.
Fuck. Wouldn't want that.
No.
Peripheral vision. Sightings often occur as the peripheral vision, making it hard to get a clear view. And then the top hat
it's like
man.
trying to catch a floater, right? You're looking at a floater. It's always wandering away.
No, you would never.
No.
Mm-hmm. Top hat man, a specific type of shadow person, or dreadlock man, as we like to call him now. Distinguished by wearing a tall hat and sometimes a long coat, the figure is often perceived as the more sinister. Remember the girl we talked to in Marchand? I can't remember her name. And they have a ghost that haunts the forest out in Marchand, Manitoba.
Yes.
And it's called The Old Man of the Woods.
Yes.
Oh,
I remember.
Love that.
Yes. And I was thinking about, the whole top hat and long coat thing. Mm-hmm. Like, isn't there a whole fucking movie about some dude that's got like a top hat and long coat? And there was also a painting about a top hat and long coat. I'm sure.
Doesn't Disney have, like, the Haunted Mansion have a top hat man or something?
But I don't know. Okay, I gotta Google. Well, you read, I Google for a sec.
All right. So, where and when does one see shadow people? So, their locations, of course, are homes. They occur in people's homes, particularly in bedrooms or hallways. Abandoned buildings, they are frequently reported in that. Places of high emotion, locations with history of trauma and strong emotional energy, such as hospitals and battlefields, which makes a lot of sense. And mostly nighttime, right? Mostly see them at nighttime.
Of course.
Or in dimly lit areas. There's also sleep-related states, so many encounters can happen during periods of sleep paralysis. Our favorite.
How about sicknesses?
Oh, like delusional.
Fevers.
Yeah, hallucinating. Just before falling asleep also, and upon waking up. So I guess like the REM, right? You're in your deep, right? Do you want to read?
Sure. Whereabouts?
Is right there.
Psychological. Oh my goodness. Psychological factors.
Did I give you the big words again?
Yeah. Sleep paralysis. Oh, wait. Did you read sleep paralysis?
I started talking about it, but I didn't really get into it.
During sleep paralysis, individuals are awake but unable to move, often experiencing hallucinations, including shadowy figures. Pareidolia.
Pareidolia?
Yeah, it's where people see things.
And they think they see.
Yeah. The brain's tendency to perceive familiar patterns, such as human shapes, in random stimuli can explain some sightings. Yeah, like when people say, "Oh my God, look at this thing! It's a figurine," and meanwhile it's not. It's a fucking rock, right?
Yeah,
I know.
Or me with my blindness for distance. I'm like,
what is that?
Is that a person? No, that's a fire hydrant.
Neurological explanations: hypnogenic and oh my God!
I gave her a good one.
Hypnopompic hallucinations.
Oops, sorry.
There we go. See? These hallucinations occur at the transition between wakefulness and sleep and can involve seeing shadow figures.
I seen one when I had sleep paralysis.
Yeah. temporal lobe seizures. Oh, not good. See,
The look she gave me.
seizures in the temporal lobe of the brain can produce visual hallucinations, including shadow people. That may speak to sick people, right?
Totally.
Yeah. Paranormal theories: spirits or ghosts. Some people believe that shadow people are spirits or ghosts, possibly of individuals who have died and remain earthbound. Interdimensional beings. Another theory suggests shadow people are beings from another dimension, briefly intersecting with our reality. Okay, people from another dimension to me would not be in top hats.
Why do they? And why would they even want to bother? Well, you know what? I think that can be explained because they morph into something that humans can identify.
What if it's a glitch in our goddamn programming?
Could be.
Right? Sure. What if the top hat people are really 1940 something or 1920 something or whatever, and we're like overwriting that program and we're just seeing glimpses of it,
of what we want to see?
Yeah,
maybe.
Who knows?
But like look at black-eyed children, right?
That's just creepy.
But like, why would interdimensional beings want to have anything to do with us?
Why would they want to come here?
Why?
I know.
Yeah, no, don't.
No.
Yeah.
What?
Aliens fly by the planet and lock the doors.
Yeah, they're like, holy fuck, this is a bad neighborhood.
Look at the ghetto, man. Yeah. Earth equals ghetto.
Demons, because of course demons.
Oh, I love the demons.
Certain interpretations and folklore, religious conduct, view shadow people as malevolent entities or demons. Omens and folklore.
Sure.
Ominous presence. Dun dun dun. Shadow people are often associated with a sense of dread or fear. Their presence is sometimes considered an omen of bad luck,
of something to come,
or misfortune.
Like Mothman.
Oh yeah.
They say when people, well, I mean, if you believe in that one, they say essentially he's only sighted when some major occurrence happens, right?
Yeah.
Supposedly.
Yeah. Energy drain. I believe that. Energy drain.
Yeah.
Some reports suggest that the encounters with shadow people leave individuals feeling drained or fatigued.
That's my problem.
Some menopause, you got a fucking shadow person sucking energy out of you. It's because you kept your feet out from under the blankets, goddammit.
I know, that's my story.
Yes. Harbingers of death. In some cultures, shadow figures are seen as harbingers of death, appearing before a significant loss or tragedy.
Yes.
Thanks, no.
Pass.
Here you go.
All right. You said you were looking something up that was adjacent to that, or?
Yeah, I was looking at paintings. Top-hatted people, but there's so many. Oh, so many. yeah, I know. But I have in my head there's like a famous painting, and I've seen it in movies even.
Yeah.
Where a guy's in a hat. You know? Do you know the movie?
Abraham Lincoln one. I think a top hat.
Oh, do you? Is that who you think of?
I know.
I'm thinking of a movie in my head where this painting is in. Maybe
Dracula?
it's not a cap. Maybe it was a bowler.
Dracula.
I think he was wearing a bowler hat, not a top hat.
That's not creepy.
No,
that's just
not.
Quirky.
I know. Bowler hat painting.
So we were at cultural perspectives. Was that it?
Yep.
Yes. So in Western culture, shadow people are often linked to ghost stories and paranormal investigations. The top hat man in particular is a well-known figure in ghost lore. You know, and I also thought too, when people describe a top hat man.
This one.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
I like that
so that's
one.
creepy, eh?
Yeah, a little creepy.
Yeah, I know.
But I, you know, it's almost like the top hat man would be best as sort of like a different version of the Grim Reaper, if you think about it. Right?
Yeah.
Hear me out. You
a
know?
nicer, more acceptable viewing person.
Somebody that's escorting to the netherworld, like to the other side, you know, kind of like a formality.
But he's not like a skeleton with a scythe and a robe, right?
Right.
Yeah.
You know, I've thought of that before too.
Yeah.
So, in Eastern culture and various Eastern cultures, shadow entities might be interpreted as spirits or jinn, supernatural beings with their own distinct lore and attributes.
Well,
I can see that.
Yeah.
And then, of course, some indigenous cultures have stories of shadow beings or dark figures, often tied to spiritual beliefs about the afterlife and the spirit world. See, now that's you know, maybe that connection. Right?
Yeah.
So the phenomenon of shadow people is a complex and multifaceted topic that spans psychologically, neurologically, folklore, and the paranormal, while many specific explanations can can account for sightings, the cultural and personal impact of these encounters continues to intrigue and mystify people worldwide. It mystifies us because we keep talking about it. And then it says, whether viewed as figments of the mind or a supernatural entity, shadow people remain a potent symbol of the unknown and the unseen.
Cool. Well, not cool.
Excuse me.
Scary.
So we threw it out. I can't remember if I got this from Reddit or if I got this from Facebook. I can't remember. We got a few social things going on. Basically asking, have you seen a shadow figure or dark shadow people? So we got some interesting responses. Pablo said, I just see shadows move. Most of the time it's in my house. They seem to change shapes in the corner of my eyes or kind of wisp across hallways. Ooh. And then Jerry responded by saying, first, when I was a kid, a plump lady in the upstairs hallway near my bedroom. Our house was close to 100 years old. I used to call them peaky monsters because you only caught a glimpse of them. Too many to remember at the moment. And they said, as an adult, at an evening committee meeting at a very fast, smallish man going past a doorway, he'd go back and forth only 2 or 3 meetings a year, and I'd sit in the other side of the room so I wouldn't face the door eventually. Others too. As a kid, I just kept...
That guy's stuck on repeat. That guy.
I know,
that
right?
guy worked. That guy died at work.
That's a residual.
Yeah, he died at work, and he's doing his fucking daily chores.
And that sucks. That's
forever.
That's purgatory.
That is.
I don't believe in hell or heaven, but that's got to be purgatory.
That's got to be like
totally.
Shit.
That's right.
Yeah.
As a kid, and then Jerry goes on to say, as a kid, I just hid under the covers. He got this mixed up. I told my fellow meeting members, but they calmly told me I was just seeing things, imagining things. So I guess
I wouldn't tell my fellow meeting. Meeting people. Who's the guy that keeps walking back and forth?
It said the childhood house was in Winnipeg. My family was there since 1904. I was there until I married in 1973. At 20, lots of occurrences took place throughout the years. It seemed to stop when my parents and I moved out in the 1990s, but other occurrences followed us to Alberta.
Oh.
So, and then we had asked that person maybe something was attached to your belongings from the house, and their reply was yes. So. You want to start that one there? Firebrand?
Firebrand? I thought that said fine brand. Blind as shit. Hang on. I'll move my contact out of the way. I can see way better. There we go. Me and my brother were on a walk back home one night from getting smokes, and as we were walking down Arlington from Selkirk, I saw a tall black shadow move fast on the sidewalk to our left, then vanish near a back lane. I noticed my brother look in that direction and asked... that my fingers are dry and I can't turn the page, and asked, did you see that? He was like, I'm not losing my mind. That thing was tall and fast. Holy shit. Yeah, no, I don't like that.
I don't like that either.
Devin, out of the corners of my eye on the constant. Oh, okay. That would be exhausting. Yes, it is. Really, I need to talk about it. Yeah. This other person. Should I name these people?
Yeah.
Stardust. Yep.
Must have been Reddit then. Must have been Reddit.
I always called it the Reaper, but didn't expand on any stories or explanations. That's no fun. Where did I read something about Elijah? The name Elijah has meaning.
Elijah seems to me like a very, how do you say, strict, very...
I was reading things about names, and Elijah apparently was some sort of... had a special meaning for something. But
interesting.
Yeah, yes, they used to freak me out until I noticed... They used to freak me out until I learned methods to get rid of them. Just imagine an animal's voice could be a pet or one you hear outside all the time. Imagine the animal is yelling at them to go away. Really? I don't know. That's different.
Different stroke.
And someone named Sherry.
Ta-da!
Yes, I call him the Black Smoky Man. Touch my face with his long, smoky fingers.
Oh, God.
Thanks, no. I'll pass. You want to read Krista's?
Sure.
Krista?
See what we got here. I don't know if I ever told you. So, probably about the second year that we started the podcast about that. And remember, sometimes we'd give you rides home, right?
Yeah.
And I'd be you'd pour me in the front seat, and I'd be, because I'm a little inebriated.
Yeah.
And we're driving down. This is when Rick would go around the other way, not through, here, but we'd take the highway.
Yeah. So you went this way after you went around?
Without giving your address, right?
After you went around, you went that way?
And then we were bringing you down McMeans. I'm pretty sure it was, right?
Yeah.
And Okay, don't think me crazy. I thought I told you about this. But when we pulled up to a four-way stop, and we were the only ones at the four-way stop, right? There was a house.
You said there was a creepy house. You didn't like a creepy house somewhere.
No, because I saw like shadows kind of go in front of it, like as if.
Oh, they were going into the creepy house?
No, they were walking in front of it.
Oh,
yeah, and I easily blamed it on like headlights from like say another,
like when someone goes by and they're like.
But it's like we were the only vehicle.
Yeah,
we were
so
the only vehicle.
It wasn't a car just cruising around.
And so whatever the light was like from the street light flashing on this house, and I saw like shadows.
Ew.
But like smaller shadows.
Yeah.
But I was drunk. But at the same and we were telling ghost stories all night. But even still,
though.
I did a second take and I'm like, did I just see that? And I'm like, I'm not going to mention it in the car. But that was the creepy house I didn't like.
Yeah.
I think it's like
there is someone that's talked about a creepy house on.
But that's the stop over there. Yeah.
Someone mentioned it one time.
Really?
Yes. About there was a house and she wanted someone to look at it.
That's
this way.
Yeah, that's the house over there on the four-way.
I'm pretty sure.
Oh my god. See, I am an empath or whatever. I do know this shit. Anyway, but that's usually when your guard's down too, right? Like usually when you're not. You
gotta be drunk all the time.
I know, right? How hard is that? Come on, liver.
God damn it.
Come on, liver, suck it up.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're at Krista. So Krista says often she sees shadow people, and then we asked, is this in your current home or every home that you lived in? Krista said pretty much every home and at work.
That's not
LOL.
good then.
There was lots of activity there. I swear I could write a book on all the paranormal stuff I've experienced, and we would love to hear it. So let us know.
See, actually, when I feel bad when someone says it's everywhere, so
how do you live at that point?
Then it's like, they're attached to them, right?
Oh, totally.
And it's like that's shitty.
It's
one thing to have it in your house or at work or at something, but
or the people that move because their house is haunted only to go into another house and that's haunted too.
Exactly.
And that's probably because of something they brought into it. We are like, okay, so I said this in a couple episodes past. I've written a book. I'm trying to really work on getting it self-published, and I'm at the pivotal moment. It should be published by the end of this month.
And we're all going to buy one.
Everybody's going to buy a copy.
Yeah, it should be a
ebook,
millionaire.
Paperback. I wish. But in saying that, I do have a sequel to it that I want to work on. But I did actually start working on our adventures with Giving Up the Ghost podcast. So we're going to be doing a book on some of our stories. It's probably going to be a two-parter because there's like a lot, 234 episodes.
Stories.
Yeah. So, and you can't, it's like children. You can't pick the best. Like they're all good.
I know.
So I'm in the process of putting it together. Sherry's going to collaborate and kind of say, no, that never happened.
I'll be like, I don't remember anything.
I don't remember. Oh, hi, Kitty. Hi, Willow.
Get down.
She's been threatened with the spray bottle.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's going to be coming up. We're going to put our stories here, like including these ones.
It's going to be a coffee
We're going to have, and it's going to levitate off the coffee table,
will.
like I always say.
Fucking hologram of Shadow Man.
That's funny. Yeah. Oh, yeah. We could do like pop-ups in the book. Oh my god.
Oh my god, that would be so cool.
That would be amazing.
It would be, wouldn't it?
And you are the artist, so I mean, have at her.
It can be done.
It can be done. Yes. So next person says, Carolyn says, yep, sure have. Twice in my house. My house has had weird stuff. Grew up in it. Seen numerous things as a child between the ages of 4 to 7. Then it stopped for years. And then 3 years before my father passed in the house, I again seen a shadow person. My father used to see a woman frequently, which used to piss my mother off. My father had all of his faculties, though. My twin brother seen shadow persons as well in the house once a few years ago, although it doesn't bother me, which is good because I bought the house. Yeah, and then I asked Carolyn if they ever did a search on the property. Because sometimes we do property searches.
Search,
and we can figure things out sometimes, depending on how old the house is. Carolyn says, no, it is not. She says, folks bought it in 1968. It was built in 1960. Oddly, my neighbor, the first time I'd ever seen them, the wife asked me if my house was haunted. That's a weird question, hey? Hi,
nice.
How are you? Is your house haunted?
Yeah. Did you buy that? Oh, cool. Is it haunted?
Even I have my limits. It's not cool. And I'm pretty nosy.
I wouldn't like that.
I'll go to restaurants and shit, and I'm like, is this place haunted?
Yeah, that's different. You don't like...
Have you ever seen anything?
Welcome to the neighborhood.
Yeah, I know. Good luck sleeping tonight.
Yeah.
And then she asks the neighbor, nice neighbor, I asked why, and she said her daughter had seen weird shadows in one of the windows when no one was home.
Oh,
Go
shit.
figure. I also had a patient that was totally stable talking to somebody in her room at the foot of the bed. I asked her, well, you know what that usually means, right?
Yeah.
I asked her who she was having a conversation with, and she
like
stated,
shadow dude,
she stated it was my mom, of course. And I said, oh, okay. Yeah. Where is she? And the patient pointed at the foot of the bed and said, she's there waiting for me. Wouldn't you know it, the patient died about an hour afterwards. I just felt something on my head. That's weird. Oh, sorry. She was to go back home the next day as she had been treated. Another patient spoke to her dead husband at the foot of the bed also, and my father used to see a lady at the front of his bed in our house that I'm in now.
Oh, nice. Okay. Well,
good luck, Carolyn.
Well, you know what? At least they were nice enough to be people that knew them.
Yeah. No.
Right?
No, for sure. I think
it could have been some strangers.
I think, yeah. And I mean, I totally believe in transient spirits. So, I mean, just because you live in a brand new constructed house.
That don't mean shit.
That doesn't mean shit.
No.
No, for sure.
No.
So, I mean, you know, like, things happen. Sorry not to unsettle you guys, but.
Hey, well,
you could just randomly
who knows what's in there.
Yeah.
In the frickin' ground, you don't know.
You don't know what's in the ground.
I mean, frick.
But I mean, if you live like near railroads, right? Highways.
When we moved in here and I was digging in the backyard, I found an old nail, like a nail from like hammer and fricking anvil nail.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Why would it be here?
It's a weird spot for
it. Right? So, I mean, there could have been something buried here. Yeah. I've gone metal detecting in the country.
I'm sure this was all farmland at one point, right?
Of course, yeah. Who knows? Someone's kid could have passed and they would have just put them in the yard, right? You never know. And people bury people in golf courses and shit all the time.
Not again, Cher. For that tax-free benefit.
No, but really though, and especially in the olden times, they used to put people right in their backyard.
Well, because they didn't want to be away from their dead people.
No, I know.
Right? They wanted them close by. Yeah. Which gives us, again, all about the Lower Fort Garry thing.
Yeah.
Don't get me started.
Oh, I found something on that somewhere. Shit balls. I can see where it is.
We'll talk about, you look for it. We'll talk about it when we do the Métis ghost stories coming up. Yeah. Yeah, the map.
That's where it was from. It was from that page.
Yeah. I seen that map. Did where they dumped the soldiers?
Yes.
My friend Wayne lives close to it. Wayne lives near there. I told him about that, and he's like, "What?" Well, he's a bit further, but
cool. Well, maybe cool. I don't know how cool.
I didn't mean to freak him out, but. So anyway, so Tanya, she said, I've seen all sorts. Happens all too often, though not in the last couple of years, thankfully. When I was little, I saw some at the top of the stairs at a friend's house and been seeing them ever since.
At the top of the stairs, I don't like, because then you're like, oh, I'm going to walk down there. I'm going to fall.
Yeah.
Someone's going to push me down the fucking stairs, right?
Exactly.
I don't like that.
Yeah. And then, of course, we had interviewed people at Six Pines like 4 years ago now, I think, 4 or 5. Holy shit, yeah. Oh, happy anniversary. It was her 7th anniversary past January.
7th? Oh, yeah.
Doing the 7 years. Six Pines, right? Haunted attractions. Rachel was working with Six Pines for 12 seasons. The last few seasons, she was working at the top of the barn, also known as the Barn of Doom, where the Shadow Man is often sighted. And if you've listened to us talk before in previous episodes tonight that we've recorded and in the past, Shadow Man is a big thing for Six Pines.
Yeah.
It is a very old barn built in the early 1900s, and when you're in there for a while, you start to hear all the creaks and the cracks.
Yeah.
You would know the footstep sounds on the boards and in what spots that they are coming from. Then one time, Rachel says she hears footsteps along the boards of someone walking up to her. She says, towards me even, but there was no one there, and I feared it was Shadow Man checking up on me. Tyler worked at the bottom of the barn for 8 years, and he said, when you are an actor in there, you know where everything is and your eyes adjust to the dark. So when you see something weird, you know it's weird. You just feel it. A friend of mine named Chance would work in the barn as well, and I would know where he would be standing, like always. And then this one time I saw him, and I said, hey, Chance, what's going on? And he just stood there, and he stared at me, and nothing.
Shit.
And I'm like, okay, that's fine, whatever. Yeah. And then I turned around to my right and came face to face with Chance.
And you're like, okay.
Daryl Ann used to work at Six Pines for 6 years. And she comes back every year to visit. Excuse me. And she had some experiences with Shadow Man. She had quite a few experiences, and she said, during an after-work gathering, I was sitting there talking to my friends, and I overheard on some conversations of the Shadow Man was standing outside the building. It was after midnight. We went to go to the barn to check it out and see if we could look for him. So very often, I have seen some feet or a face, and when I turn back, there's nothing there. And she says, I'm from Saskatchewan, so I come in to town every year to work for James and Judy, and I would stay in their house. But then whenever I stayed over, I had a weird dream that I was at the top of the stairs in their house, and I was pushed down the stairs. Yeah.
See?
And then after a month of having these reoccurring weird dreams, I told James and Judy about the dream I had probably 4 or 5 times. And then they told me that everyone that slept over always had the same dream.
Go away.
Shit. Yeah.
Someone's going, get out of here.
Like, how do you
push you
explain
down
that?
The stairs.
I know. Daniel worked at Six Pines. He saw Shadow Man a couple of times, and he was in a room with a long dark hallway with a dim red light at the end of it. And he says, I saw this figure standing in the corner, and I could see the outline of this person. I put my mask on thinking it was a customer, and I'm looking, and he was not moving. About 10 seconds or more, nothing happened. So I start walking towards him, and then he just vanished right there in front of me.
Oh, yuck. Who's scaring who?
Fuck, no shit. He's just a poor man, poor spirit looking for love in all the wrong places. Hi, Willow. And then he says, and then I see him at least once a year when I'm working in the barn. Stacy was working in the terror train when she saw Shadow Man. I was in there by myself, and there was a shadow. I called out to it thinking it was James, but it wasn't him. I swear I didn't know what to think, and it was an actor or what, but it disappeared. Very creepy. Jess worked for a few years, and she says, it was my 3rd weekend, and I worked in the cage midway into the barn. My manager Bernard was working in the room before me. Tyler would work in the next room. When a group of people were coming my way, Bernard would bang on the wall so I would know that people were coming. And then I saw one person walking towards me. Bernard did not bang on the wall. That freaked me out. So I'm like, what the fuck? And I get into whatever I'm doing, and this person is really tall, taller than me. He stares at me for 5 seconds, but goes back to the other way that he came in. And when I told Bernard somebody was coming back his way, he said, nobody came.
Oh my God.
So he just vanished, and they couldn't find that one person. And there was no way someone
guess that'd be scary too if there was someone walking around, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, shadow person or some random stranger creeping around and by them.
I know. That's creepy too. I think of Jason, quite frankly. Creeping around, walking around. Oh. So that is our little Ramblesode. I don't know if I call it an Ramblesode episode, because, you know.
It's a sody-sode.
It's a sody-sode. Yeah, on shadow people and shadow figures and Top Hat Man.
Top Hat Man.
I don't know.
Not Ball Cap Man.
Ball Cap Man.
Ball Cap Man.
Dread Hair Man.
Oh, so this one's talking about aliens.
Oh, for spirits?
Yeah. Oh, creepy. I don't like any of them.
I don't know. If you had to see an alien, would you want them disguised as something, or would you want them in their true form?
I don't know.
What would scare you more?
I don't know.
Maybe it's aliens as shadow people because they don't want to scare people.
True. Yeah. They could be like just guts and slime.
Barf.
I know.
And sometimes aliens disguise themselves as owls. Had you ever heard that before?
No.
There's a whole thing on it.
TikTok trend going, this is what an owl sounds like when he's drunk. Right? Where did that come from all of a sudden?
So, yeah. So
it was aliens that made that trend. There you go. See?
Blame it on the aliens. Yeah. So that was our episode for now, and we're gonna,
because I'm sure there'll be more shadowy stuff coming up.
If you have any stories on shadow people or black shadow figures, definitely email us at
givemetheghostpodcast@gmail.com.
Excellent. Or jump on your social media
or Facebook us.
Sure.
Messenger.
Yes, definitely. We're very accessible. So
we are. Well, yeah.
We don't bite too hard. So
occasionally. Whatever.
It depends on the night. So, but yeah, so we're going to log off on this one. And remember to always live every day like it is your last, but
never give up the ghost.
Never give up the ghost. Ciao for now. Bye. I feel my face somewhere.